This man suddenly broke into the women's restroom, but the female student wasn't afraid at all, because the man wasn't a pervert. He was trying to find hidden cameras. He vowed to protect every student in the school. The man used to be a boxing coach, but he couldn't stand the corruption in the association. He once broke 3 of the president's ribs with a single punch. It was this sense of justice that got him expelled from the association. So his younger sister introduced him to a job as a PE teacher. But on his first day at the girls' school, he got into a conflict with some students. 2 girls saw he was muscular and looked like a gangster, so they ignored him completely. Instead, they flirted with the handsome art teacher. The dean also used his appearance to make him collect overdue tuition fees, but the man couldn't bring himself to be harsh on the delicate girls. So he decided to befriend one of them to understand them better. Just as he picked a candidate, he saw the girl sneaking out of school over the wall. He decided to quietly follow her, but halfway there, he got distracted by a sausage stand. He decided to buy one first. Then he noticed a claw machine nearby. While he was having fun with it, the girl happened to see him. But instead of mocking him, she rushed into the biggest club in town. When the man arrived, the girl was already arguing with a group of men. Upon seeing the man, she ran straight to the second floor. The man immediately realized, to rescue her and get to the bottom of this, he had to use violence. The gang underestimated his power. He defeated the entire gang with sheer strength. But just as he was leaving, the plush toy he had won dropped to the ground. The girl looked at him awkwardly. She told him she was searching for her best friend who had gone missing. She suspected the club was involved. Her friend vanished after starting work there. Hearing this made the man furious. He hated people who played dirty behind the scenes, so he decided to help the girl find her friend and make the culprit pay a heavy price. After they parted ways, a car suddenly turned on its headlights behind the girl and slowly passed by. At first she thought nothing of it, until the car suddenly stopped. Then she realized something was wrong. To make matters worse, she had left her phone in the man's car, and the man was on his way to return it. As he walked under a bridge, he saw a man in black kidnapping the girl. He immediately launched an attack. He didn't continue chasing. Instead, he rushed the girl to the hospital. But the police were shockingly indifferent.
저희가 조사해볼게요.
아저씨 잠깐만요. 어쩌면 그 사람이 제 친구도 납치했을지 몰라요.
그래. 그것도 다 조사해볼 거야.
As the man pondered whether the attack and the disappearance were related, he suddenly smelled smoke in the girls' restroom. He rushed over, but the girls inside denied they were smoking. So he decided to search them one by one. During the inspection, he found a hidden camera installed in the bathroom. He took it home and checked the footage, only to discover the beloved art teacher had installed it. He sneaked into the office and secretly accessed the art teacher's computer. He found that on the day the girl's friend disappeared, she had close contact with the art teacher. Worse yet, the art teacher had tricked the girl into going out with him too. The man quickly called the girl, but it was too late. She had already gotten into the teacher's car. The man told her about the hidden camera and the missing friend from 6 months ago. The girl turned her phone volume to the lowest. After hanging up, she sent the man a text, saying the art teacher was taking her to his home. But the teacher noticed her strange behavior. He tied her up and quickly closed the curtains. He tried to drag her to the bedroom, but just as things turned critical, the man arrived in time. Seeing his beloved student being attacked, he flew into a rage. He ripped the wooden door apart with his bare hands, cursing as he stormed inside, and knocked the art teacher down with a punch. Fearing for his life, the teacher confessed the truth about the girl's missing friend. He said an hour before her disappearance, he did offer to drive her home, but halfway there, she asked to be dropped off at a gas station. Later he felt uneasy, so he went back to look for her, only to find her phone in the restroom. Though the story seemed reasonable, the man didn't believe him. He handed him over to the police, but to his shock, the teacher was released the next day.
아이씨, 그 새끼가 증거물까지 가져오는 바람에
예?
골치 아픈 일 생겼어. 이 중요한 시기에 일 처리 그렇게밖에 못해?
Because the school principal was running for mayor. and the art teacher was his son. The man suspected the principal and his son were deeply involved in the girl's disappearance, but just as he dug deeper, the principal fired him. As things unfolded, a huge twist emerged. To find her friend who had been missing for half a year, the 17-year-old girl handed out flyers on the street every day, ignoring the strange looks from passers-by. After 6 months of effort, she finally got the news. Her best friend had been found dead. She cried her heart out. Her friend had grown up without love and suffered greatly in life. The girl's grief was for the tragic fate her friend endured. The man who taught both girls felt as if a knife had pierced his heart, but pain couldn't bring peace to the dead, so he went to the largest club in town. Since the friend had worked there the night she disappeared, he had to beat the truth out of them. As he pushed open the door, a brutal battle began. He swung his fists like cannonballs, aiming straight for their weak spots. He was 6 feet tall, weighed over 200 pounds. Each punch could be fatal. The club boss tried to ambush him, but the man struck his waist, then landed a blow to the head. The boss passed out instantly. To avoid being beaten to death, the boss confessed the truth. On the night of her part-time shift, the girl slipped out of the club. When the boss found her again, a man in black was covering her mouth and nose, and she seemed lifeless. When the man looked up, he realized it was the art teacher, who was also the principal's son. To cover it up, the boss called the principal. To everyone's shock, the principal viciously beat his own son because he was running for mayor and couldn't afford any scandal. As they tried to deal with the body, the girl suddenly woke up. To prevent her from talking, the principal grabbed a plastic bag. Even as she begged for mercy, even as she promised to keep quiet, he still suffocated her to death, right in front of his son. Hearing the truth, the man feared the girl might be in danger too, because the art teacher had always had bad intentions toward her. Soon the teacher took the girl to his home. She tried to scream for help, but it was no use. To survive, she hid under the table. The teacher didn't rush to find her. Instead, he smashed a dozen wine glasses, then slowly walked over the shards, enjoying the feeling of hunting prey. But suddenly, the room went silent. The man heard the girl's voice. As she was about to faint, he broke the lock with his bare hands. Seeing her covered in cuts from the glass, he quickly tried to stop the bleeding, but the teacher stabbed him in the waist with a steel knife. The man immediately fought back, punched the teacher's weak spots, and when the teacher was barely standing, he used his finishing move. After taking the girl to the hospital, the man made a crazy decision to make the principal pay in his own way. By now, the principal had won the mayoral election. As he returned to throw a celebration, the man stopped his car. The bodyguards didn't know his power and walked straight into a punch. With overwhelming evidence and relentless reports, the principal and everyone involved were brought to justice. When the girl woke up, she saw the plush toy he had left for her and finally smiled again.